Welcome, Sari Bot, Terry Melman. Think I'm ready. All righty, here I am. Only half an hour late. Story of my life. Didn't used to be, but it is lately. Hey, Big Blazer. Thanks for popping in. How are you doing today? So I'm working on colors. I think I'm going to go with L, which is 17. Hi, Kimaru. How are you? Half an hour late. I'm sorry. I know it's much later where you are. Well, thank you. So I put a roast in the oven to slow cook today, and it turned out absolutely wonderful. And I poured the juices into my cast iron pan. Hey, Mountain Girl. Well, I'll see you when you get to work. You be safe getting there, okay? Um, so I put the juices in my cast iron pan to make gravy. I was going to reduce them because that makes such better gravy when you reduce it a couple of times. I got distracted and I burned it. Well, came close to burning it. Got back in there in time to throw some water in it, but it definitely Miss Momo. Hello there. Well, she just came and bowled her way onto my lap. It's like, it's my time. What are you doing? So it still was good, but the gravy did have a taste, a hint of burn in it. So I almost had a superb meal, but I blew it. Oops is right. I haven't done stuff like that in many years. I've decided if I'm going to have people up on stream while I'm cooking, I better have my headphones on and stay in the kitchen. Don't you dare bite me. I will make you go back to your room for the rest of the night. Yes, you're welcome to stay out here with me, but you can't bite me. She just thought about it. Stinker. It's already falling down my camera. Oh well. I can't let that be an issue. It is what it is. It does what it does. I deal. So my son is already going to be getting overtime this week. They're going to have him working Friday, but a day shift instead of a night shift. So that'll be nice. I could certainly use the extra bucks right now. Okay. So I'm going to do L, I decided. There's quite a bit of it up here. It'll fill in some of these big spots that are open, and it's another purple color. Do you want to see it with the light off, Kimaru? Because you know you see it better with the lights off. Oh, come on. I used my dryer sheet on my tray. They should be sliding along nice. You can see the purples. This is going to be a very nice one. The dogs are fed. I'll have to let them out again around 10 o'clock, but that's okay. Gives me a chance to stretch my legs. Thank you. I agree. It's really looking cool. I don't even have all of his face filled in, but he already looks so awesome. And of course, we only have her profile, but we all know who the Wicked Queen is. She's the one who gave Snow White the poison apple. Come on, beads. Turn over. Yeah, this one's coming along very well. I only started this Monday, didn't I? I thought, for some reason, when I was talking to somebody last night, I thought I'd started it sooner. But I didn't stream Saturday. Or did I? I did. That's when I finished Queen of Hearts. And then I didn't stream Sunday. And I started this Monday. 2 days. That's not bad to get this far. Ruben only barks at you in the morning if you forget to give her a hug. Oh, because she loves her mama. Her mama. Turkey mama. That's sweet. She'd say, Mom, forgot my hug. How did they do with the, I didn't do 7 yet, did I? No. How did they do with the pumpkin? Maverick, hello, hello. I haven't seen you in ages. How are you doing? I finished a couple of pieces since I saw you last. It's nice to have you in chat again. I think I'm going to have to revise my schedule to 8:30 because it's usually about 8:30 before I actually get in stream. I try to do it sooner. My time, 8:30 my time, Pacific time. Oh no. Oh no, Maverick. I hope they take good care of you. Holy cow. I was in the hospital last month for a few days. Um, hypercalcemic. I had an excess calcium in my system and it was trying to kill me. They ate most of it, left the skin. You think the babies ate some too? You saw Pumpkin pick at it this morning? Very cool. Broadening their horizons with different food. Maverick, that's not good, dude. And there it is. Possible MI infarction, massive infarction. Do I have that word right? That's bad news, bud. I'm so sorry to hear that. I wish there was something I could do to make it better. I just messed up my beads. That's okay. People are more important than beads. And of course, the ads start. First time ever you were brought in lights and siren and against the flow of traffic? Well, yeah, that's life-threatening, my friend. That's a scary thing. Yeah, I didn't have to go in like that. I was sent to the emergency room by a doctor, but it was under my own steam. I told him I can't go today. My son has to work. He says, "No, he's getting off. I'm giving you a note right now. You're getting back here and going to the hospital now." Oh, okay. Let me wake him up. Am I right? Is that massive infarction? What is MI? Please. I think I know, but I'm not sure. I could Google it, I suppose. No, I can't. I have everything busy. No, I don't. Okay. I've been worried about you since I haven't seen you. Come on. Myocardial infarction. Okay. Yeah. I had it sort of right. You had COVID. Well, no wonder you're having heart attack. Oh my goodness. COVID is horrid. I've had COVID twice, and it is no good. Necrosis of heart muscle caused by prolonged lack of oxygen, heart attack. Yeah. I had the infarction word right. Myocardial. That's not good, dude. And COVID on top of it, that's even worse. So, yeah, massive heart attack. Damn. Yeah, I have been worried about you since I hadn't seen you in so long, but I didn't know how to say, "Hey, how you doing?" Oh, yes, I do. I have Discord. I forget about Discord. I'm so sorry. I could have used Discord. COVID is rough. I've had COVID. The time I had it diagnosed, um, they sent me to a doctor in town that had the monoclonal antibodies to do IV. So I got over that one quick, but the one that I had that I wasn't diagnosed. The reason I think it was is because I had the exact same symptoms as a year later when I did get COVID. Um, and it took me months to get over the cough, weeks just to get better. But when they gave me the monoclonal injection, um, it took me just a few weeks, and I was doing well. COVID is nothing to mess with either. You've had COVID 9 times now? My goodness. I still say it's nothing to mess with. My baby. Do you have you gotten the shots for COVID? The whatever they call those COVID shots. I won't take them anymore. I took the first three, the shot, the booster, and a second booster. I won't do anymore. That's a lot of times to have COVID. Do you have been grabby hands every time VA is offering vaccinations for COVID? You missed the boosters. You need to go get vaccinated, bud. You won't keep getting it if you get vaccinated. I can understand that, uh, Keen Maru. I don't normally get sick like that. I don't get out in the public anymore either. And the last booster was so hard on me, I just said, nope, not doing that one again. So we're just careful around the house with people who do get out and about. First couple of times it got worse for you, but this most recent time it's actually a lot better. Like your immune system finally figured it out. Nice. Your daughter brought it home from school this time. That's horrible. And honest to God, they need to figure out something for schools. They're a hotbed of germs and sickness. It's just so rampant. Even with, daily cleaning. That's that is rough. That is very rough. Well, I've been wondering how you've been doing with your paintings, but I would assume since you've been sick, you haven't been doing any diamond art. I know I didn't do much of anything when I didn't feel good. Schools are that way for everything. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, flu, colds. That's why when I worked in the schools, I took airborne every day before I ever went in. And it kept me from being sick all the time. Kids are petri dishes, yes. And some of them might have natural antibodies to that stuff, so they're just carriers and they bring it home to their families or they take it to school to the rest of everybody or both. You haven't done any? Don't know when you'll get back into it? Yeah, you need to get well first. Take your time, man. This is scary. It's very scary. I'm so sorry you're having to deal with all of this. But I'm glad to have you in stream for a little bit. Maybe I can distract you for a little while. I know when I got really sick before I was sent to the hospital, I wasn't even getting into streams anymore. I was just sleeping most of the day. Finally, my son and my daughter both are yelling at me, go to urgent care. So I did. They sent me to the emergency room. It's like, what? Okay. I see a lot of 7 around my L. I think I'm going to do 7 after I do L. One of the redeems I thought about doing for my channel, of course, I'm going to wait for Miss Feisty to get here because she can help me with that. I never can remember how to do those things. She teaches me, and it's new every time. It's like, oh, yeah, that's right, huh? But anyway, choose which color I do next. Have the chat choose which color I do next. I've also been thinking about streaming my the game I like to play, Flipping Houses. I opened it back up the other day and just had a blast with it. Oh, Bob Denver. John Denver. I just said Bob, didn't I? Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. The upside of having autoimmune issues is it does give you better immunity to viruses that disguise themselves using proteins that mimic those in the human body. Yes, it could be. I feel like I know the game well enough now to feel comfortable with it. So I've been thinking about that. That would be fun. I buy these houses and I clean them up and then I remodel them or refurnish them and sell them. I got something like $400,000 last time I was in there. Like today. Oh, if I could sing to you. Song make you feel this way. Shine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. Looks so lovely. Sunshine almost always makes me high. And tale that could tell you I tell a tale sure to make you smile. And wish that I could wish for you. I just make a wish. Sunshine all the while. Shine on my shoulders makes me happy. Hey, Uncle Daddy Hero. How are you doing? Having a great night, and you don't have any sound. Most always makes me high. Sunshine almost all the time makes me high. Sunshine almost always. A hair. No hair is allowed. Oh, and I drop a bead right into. And of course, what I'm wearing has purple on it. There it is. Found it. Ha 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 ha. So I got the kitty cat laying next to me. Once I told her she couldn't bite me, she got off my lap and sat next to me. She's like, okay, fine. She sat on my lap for a good hour before I started tonight. I can't get that hair pulled off. Where the heck is that hair? Got it that time. Lost another bead. And this one I'm not going to go. Oh, don't have to hunt it down. It's right there. It was right there. It is right there. Okay. Adventure beads. They're going on an adventure before they go on to the painting. So Maverick, you're gonna have to stay in touch. Let me know how you're doing. I would imagine they're gonna keep you in the hospital at least overnight. You tried moving the chair in the coop this morning so that you could see out the door because there was some squawking going on among the chickens and you wanted to see what was going on. Reuben seemed extra happy. You think she feels safer when you can see what's going on outside to intervene if there's anything wrong? Really? You're okay? 'Cause that's nothing to mess with. I thought they were going to do some tests on me and send me home, and they kept me for 3 days. I'm glad all is good, but what a scare, dude. Go home and get some rest if they send you home. Do your best to get some if they keep you. When I was in the hospital, all I did was sleep and pee because they were flushing my system with IV fluids. One of those bags was going into me every 5 hours. And of course, every 2 hours, I was getting up to use the bathroom. And every time I got up to use the bathroom, they took that opportunity to come in and take all my vitals. So, but it was restful for 3 days. I wasn't worried about the dogs. I wasn't worried about the cats. I wasn't worried about home because I knew my son had it under control. I felt bad because he was still working. I had to find ways to make his schedule work around all the others that we have in this house. Doctor said X-ray and blood work were good, but you want to know why EKG? Yes. Yes, I would be asking that question before I get discharged because you have every right to know that. Oh, come on now. I drop one, I pick up another one, and drop two. All right. I might replace the glue in the pen if it keeps giving me grief like this. Because it was doing that last night too. Yeah, I would be asking that question and saying I'm not leaving till I have a satisfactory answer. Hospitals don't like me very well because I'm one of those that says yes and no, and I will and I won't. Why do you tell me that? What's that all about? Why are you going to do this? What's it going to show? Although when I got to the hospital this last time, I was just like, I don't care. You want to stick me here? Here's an arm. Stick me. I don't care. L, 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 L. I think I have them all, except for further down where I can't reach. If I start doing, hey, ghost, don't let them. I, I'm telling you, my Therabot mod's getting a little ridiculous. Exactly. Don't let them blow you off if you have unanswered questions. Nice to have you in chat. How you doing? Set my sights on Monday, and I got myself undressed. I'm ready for the altar, but I do agree there's times when a woman sure can be a friend of mine. Aw, thank you. I'm having a good day. I made a roast and I burned the gravy. No, this was 17, not 20. But it still, even though it had a hint of burn in it, it still tasted pretty good. The roast was superb. I slow cooked it in the oven today, and oh my goodness, it was so good. You can see where it could be misinterpreted in a different context. Yeah. So another guy that's been in my stream a lot, Ghost, just came in tonight. I haven't seen him in quite a while, and he's in the hospital. They think he's having a heart attack. Had EKGs, and they all show that, but the blood work is fine. So it's like he thinks they're sending him home. I said, you better find out why first. Ask those questions. Why is the EKG showing I'm having this, but all my blood work is saying no, it's not? What's up? What's causing that cross communication? And I'm gonna do step it. So Maverick, I got the Queen of Hearts finished. She's beautiful. I put a picture in Miss Feisty's Discord, of course. You're the only one who looked at that and said knew what it was right away. That's awesome. Keyboard, come back here. Don't you go flying off somewhere else. I need you here. Okay. All these different shades of purple. They're really showing up nice when the light's out, aren't they, Kimura? When the backlight is off. America. Yeah, thank you, ma'am. So I am looking into Amazon wish list instead of Throne because I already have Amazon and I have Amazon Prime. And I do believe I can get it to where I'm still anonymous and it doesn't show my address. It's just, um, it just ships to me through them. I think I have it set up this time, but the first time I put it in there, I did it wrong. And Miss Feisty jumped on it right away. You probably don't want to be doing this way because it's giving out all this information, Mom. Oops, mistake. So I pulled it back down and I went back in and I redid things. I think I got it figured out, but because she made me so nervous about it, I haven't tried it again. But I need to put it in there so I can try it to know if it's what I think or if it's not something that's going to work. Okay, all my neat little rows. We'll start filling in some more. I really like the mirror. I like the way the mirror is coming out. The mirror, mirror on the wall. Looks like 6 will be my next color actually as I start put the first one on here. The first 7 on. Well, hello, Clapper Cheeks. How are you tonight? You're back. That's good. Are you getting answers to your questions? Oh, thank you. I would be, well, I won't say what I would be doing. Miss Feisty, hi. How are you tonight? Say it. No, no, I'm not gonna say it. It might be misconstrued. But when you're in the hospital and you're not getting your questions answered, you really need to insist on answers because it's your right to have those answers. That I will say. There's got to be an answer for why the EKG, 3 of them are showing MI, but your blood tests are normal. I mean, is it just starting? Is it something that's just beginning to happen and it's going to get worse if they send you home? I wouldn't. Hmm, tired. I imagine so. You've been working hard. You're about to go postal in here. Yeah, you need some straight up answers. Postal might be the way to get them, but I would not go home until they answer your questions. That's me. That's I would say I did it with when I was expecting Ms. Feisty. I was a hypertoxemic pregnancy, and every day I went from my mountain home down to the hospital, which was about 4,000 feet lower in elevation. And every time I get down there, they do all their tests and send me back home because they didn't see anything to be worried about. The last day I went down, I was spilling proteins in my urine, and my doctor told me, "Don't you come back home until you have that baby. Don't let them send you home." And so I'm there for a few hours, and they come in and say, "We're sending you home." And I looked up, I said, "No, you're not." And they went, "Huh?" I said, "No, I'm not going home. I have been down here every day this week because I'm having problems every time I get home at 9,000 feet elevation. And then I come down here and the elevation changes things, and you think I'm normal." So I was spilling proteins this morning. I'm a hypertoxemic, and I am not leaving until that baby, and I pointed to my belly, is in these arms right here. And so it took them a couple more hours, but they did finally take care of business, and I had Miss Feisty a few weeks earlier than they wanted me to have her, but she was a nice, healthy baby, and we were able to go home in a couple of days. It was awesome. But yeah, I just told him flat out, "I'm not going home. Put me in a janitor's closet. I don't give a fuck where you put me, but I'm not leaving until I have this baby. Period." I said, "I'll just walk the halls, whatever." Worst case, you'll go to a different hospital and have your doctor admit me. That might be a good answer. Make sure you see your doctor. Does your doctor know you're there right now? Clapper cheeks. I am so worried. Not worried. I am stressed about the drive they're going to be taking with 2 cars packed full and both their animals, their kitty and their puppy. And I know they're both good drivers, and I know they're going to be careful, and I know they're intelligent, and they're not going to do anything that would put them in danger. But it's like I tell my kids all the time, I'm a mom. I worry. It's my job. Let me do it. I do it well. Awesome, Miss Feisty. I'm glad to hear that. Great news that you've been mapping it out and stuff. Would you please do me a favor when you get on the road and send me your trip like you've done before so I can see how you're doing, see where you're at? He doesn't have privilege there, nothing he can do right now, plus it's too late to reach him. Yeah, well, if they send you home, I'd be leaving a message on his service because you know he's got a service for after hours messages and get into him immediately and have him look you over. Thank you, Miss Feisty. I appreciate that, honey. I know, Clapper Cheeks. I keep thinking about everything they're doing to get here, and it's tiring just thinking about it. I can imagine how exhausted they are doing it. Miss Feisty, look where I put my music thing. Aw, you're a sweetie pie. I love your panda. You got cake. Well, aw, thank you. I'm gonna have to keep this closer so I don't reach across my thing. I hug you back. Thank you. Hugs. I live for hugs. I love hugs. I had a hard time when I was in the schools because we're not allowed to hug the kids, and the kids need hugs, man. So if they came up to me and asked for a hug, I would let them hug me. I would hug back, but I always let it be their choice. I found an inn I missed. That's okay. We still got a few left in here for all those misses. The twerky emotes. I gotta get me some emotes, man. To be honest, you don't blame them nowadays because there are a lot of teachers nowadays being caught doing shit they shouldn't be doing with the kids. You're right. And it's not just teachers, it's also support personnel in the schools, it's janitors and aides and counselors and other people. Um, I understood the reason. I did understand the reason, but it's such a sad thing that we're in that we have to do that. That's what my thing is. It's sad that we have to do that. Aggressive is fun when it's with love. Okay. Maverick, if you go home, please let me know when you get there. And if they keep you overnight, let me know that too, please. Are you gaming, Ghost? Or are you just hanging out? Thank you, Maverick. Cuteness aggression. It is sad not allowed to even give someone a hug without shit being put out of context. Yes, I agree. I mean, some of those kids come from tough situations, and a hug can do them wonders to know somebody cares. But there's other ways of showing you care. Momo, you jumping made me jump. Gonna make. I didn't know Elvis Presley did this, a cover on this song. Learn something new every day. This is one of my favorites. Simon and Garfunkel put out a few songs that are at the top of my list. Tell high, your time has come to shine. All your dreams are on the way. Shine. Oh. I love watching you guys play with emotes. That's awesome. Over troubled water, I will like a bridge over troubled water. I will ease your mind. Mikey got cake? What kind of cake? The kind you keep in the trunk. Oh, I see. I'm going to do 6 next. You know what I thought about for a redeem, Miss Feisty? Because I change colors so often when I do these. Having chat choose the next color I fill in. Just got a notification about a new game that got an evil Mickey Mouse. Well, that's a different take on things. Don't be stuck. There you go. 6. It's another shade of purple, but different from what I just put on. You used to be hunted in DVD by a friend who used, oh my goodness sakes, Mickey Mouse voices. I thought so. Another one I've thought about is starting to play my um, house flipper game on here occasionally and having them help me decide what kind of tiles to put on the floors, the walls, the colors, the paints, the tiles, the wallpapers, having redeems for them to choose those kinds of things. You have a friend that can do a goofy voice? I had a friend who could do Donald Duck like he would like it was Donald Duck. I think Mr. Ghost is lurking back there playing his game. He's playing this game, Miss Feisty, called Grounded. It's like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. He's in a backyard, but he's like smaller than the ants, and he's building and surviving, exploring. Is different. Miss Feisty got shrunk. She would not be happy being shrunk. She doesn't like being short like her mom, and she was so excited when I lost an inch with my last hip surgery because that made her taller than me. So I'm in a Discord server that has a question of the day. I get some pretty wild questions. Question today was, um, shoot, now I forget the first half of it. One of them was lose 15 inches. It would be a permanent condition. Lose 15 inches in height. And I forget what the other half of the question was. Darn it. So now it doesn't make any sense. But anyway, I said I was short all my life. Losing 15 inches wouldn't be a problem for me. That's what I'd go for. I mean, that's just another foot and a quarter. Nothing wrong with being short, exactly. I'm just vertically challenged, is all. I have step stools all around the house. I saw this counter, this custom counter that was made on a show. I forget what show it was on. And it had built-in step stools in the where the kick plate is under the cabinets. I want them. Then I wouldn't have to carry a step stool all around the kitchen. You're short to be a guy, but yeah, I'm not I'm not excessively short. I'm 5'4". That's not too bad. My sister was shorter than I was. I always thought it was funny. There were four of us kids, and when we stood side by side, oldest to youngest, the oldest was the shortest, and then we stepped up in height from there. The tallest is the youngest. You're 5'5" That's short to be a 31-year-old guy. Eh, that's an opinion. Some people look at that as being short, but because I'm close to that, I used to be 5'5", but now I'm 5'4". So it just, like I said, vertically challenged. Just need a step stool now and then for tall cabinets and such. I stand on a step stool to if I'm going to need bread on the counter because the counters are too high. I can't comfortably need bread on them without making myself a little higher. He's 5'8". I thought he was a little taller than you, but I wasn't sure how much. Your dad is 6 foot, and your mom used to be about half inch shy of 5 foot. Not sure what she is now. She says she's shrunk. Sometimes we do as we start getting older. My mom has. She used to be 5'8". She's now closer to my size. But then I do believe she's also got osteoporosis, and that takes height away from you as well. Your bones start getting smaller, for lack of a better word. I don't know how tall my dad was. I was 8 when he died, so. Well, father's hell would slowly go by. Feed them on your dreams. The one they pick, the one you know by. Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Good group. Ask them why. If he told you, you would cry. So just look at them and smile. And know they love you. Darn voice. I'm going to have them change my inhaler, Miss Feisty. I think it's the inhaler making my voice go funky. Yeah, osteoporosis is rough. I have the precursor to that, which is why I've always made sure I take a calcium supplement. I just learned the dangers of that. So I'll be more careful with that in the future. Well, children's hell will slowly go by and feed them on your dreams. The one they pick, the one you love by. Did you ever ask them why? If they told you, you would cry. So just look at them inside. Can't quite get there yet. Know they love you. You're 5'8", Miss Kingaroo? I had my aunt, my mom's sister, was 5'10". Both of her brothers were over 6 feet. Come from a tall family, but I ended up short, and so did my sister. Then my dad's family that weren't all real tall. I always thought if I had, don't mean to keep hitting the camera, I apologize for that. Um, I always thought if I had a couple extra inches height, it would be easier to do things on the kitchen counters, because they're a standard 36 inches high, which is about waist high for a lot of contractors in construction, but they tend to be taller than some of the average women in the world. And so 36, I've always wanted mine at 34. So what I did when we remodeled our house, the one Miss Feisty's dad and I bought in the mountains in Colorado, um, I made my counters 36 inches from the subfloor, and then I put down tile. So I got my 2 inches. I got my 2 inches that way. And it was nice. I liked that the height of those counters. They worked well for me. Uh, And I'm ready for another smoke. I took a nap today. I'm feeling pretty good. Got the kitchen clean, all the dishes put away, dishwasher running. Where'd I? Oh, there I put it. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna have to get some more in a minute. I'll just use my pen instead. Hey, Big Blazer. Nice. Can you remember when I thought my dog had wet in her bed the other day? It wasn't her, it was her water bottle leaking. So I apologized to her. I didn't get mad at her, I just chided her some. But I apologized for doing that because it wasn't her fault. It wasn't anything she could have done about that. Now I have to figure out why her water bottle was leaking. P is 20, and I just saw a P right there. Got that baby covered. This one is turning out really nice too, Miss Feisty. I had it. I was showing it with the backlight off earlier. The, the purples are really pretty the way they play together. Next time, pee on her. Well, I wondered why. She's my quiet girl. She doesn't make as much noise as the boys do. And she was crying in there after I fed her breakfast, and she didn't want to lay down. She didn't want to go into her room, and she didn't want to lay down when I fed her, which our rule. And so when I took him outside afterwards, and she ran away, wouldn't go into her crate, I like I was going to turn it around, thinking turn her bed around, thinking it was getting too flat on the front side where she lays all the time. And I picked it up, and it was soaking wet, absolutely soaking wet. So I put it outside on one of the porch chairs in the backyard, and it's still sitting there. And then put a towel down for her, and she went back into her room and then was crying again later, and the towel was wet. And that's when I looked, and your brother had just filled her water bottle like the day before. It was empty. So I knew then it was her water bottle. That's when I apologized to her. Well, I thought I saw a single. I have lots of singles, just not where I was looking. Miss Rubin said that Miss Farah could sit in the coop with you this morning. Nice. You let her in, and she sat in the corner by the door for a bit and then laid down. The babies didn't care. Reuben is fine with her. Well, Reuben has raced with her, hasn't she? Pretty much. Momo is next to me grooming herself. Yes, my dear, I'm talking about you. Nope, she just got down. I said her name. She looked at me and then hopped down. Hey, Mama Mia, how are you doing? Thank you for popping in. I appreciate you coming in to say hi. We're having all kinds of fun conversation in here tonight. Just a drop of water in an endless sea. Kansas, Dust in the Wind. Good song. You sit in here and watch. If you fall asleep, I'm sorry you had a bad day today. And yeah, bad days can drain you, that's for sure. And you're welcome to just sit there and fall asleep. That is not a problem with me. I think I do put people to sleep. I've had a few of them comment on that. It's like that means you're comfortable and that's good. That's a good thing. It's not a bad thing to me. So if you need to sleep, you sleep. Get some rest. And just let us be in your background. You went inside to get Farah something to eat when Farah decided to start looking. Oh yeah, that's the time you want to distract them, take them elsewhere. That's interesting that she goes for the chicken and turkey stuff and not well, anyway. I have dogs that eat their own, which is annoying and nasty, which is why I follow them around with a pooper scooper when we're outside. So they're getting to where they walk away from it now. In the wind, everything is dust in the wind. You asked her if it was time to go inside and get a snack, and she said yes and stopped looking for poops. What a good dog she is. She's so smart. A song for the asking, Simon and Garfunkel. Not one I can bring to mind immediately. Miss Feisty, you didn't tell me what you thought about where I put my song identifier. I don't know what else to call that thing. That's what it does. It identifies my songs, so it's my song identifier. I just named it. This evening you put the turkeys to bed. You did? Oh, you like it there? Thank you. It's a Spotify widget? Okay. I'll try to remember that. This evening you put the turkeys to bed, told them have a good night when you went to close the door, and Ruben said woo woo. She's saying you too, Grandma Turk. Oh, Turkey Grandma. I keep getting it backwards. She wants you to have a good night too. Matt Flows, hello. Taking a little smoky smoke here at your desk. This looks, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, with, the mirror on the wall. You bet. I'm having fun. I love doing diamond art and I love sharing it with people. I found a 7 I missed. Well, goodness sakes, we'll have to get a 7 and fill it in a minute. Rain and snow, canned heat. They had a few hits. I wouldn't call them a one-hit wonder, but they weren't as popular as some of the other groups. Lurking Uncle Daddy Hero? That's fine. Enjoy your lurk. I appreciate you. Pretty soon this half is going to be done. I know. This is only the third night I've done this. Compare that to the other two that took me weeks to finish on here. Well, it felt like weeks. But that's back when I was sick and didn't know it, actually. I did not get much out of that last hit in that bowl that I just hit off of. I'm getting back to doing them quickly. I hadn't there for a little bit. I was getting slow, but I'm back to fast. They're just going. I might have to do O next because it's now getting obvious around all the sixes. Oh, I'm sorry, didn't mean to run into the camera again. Keep bopping my head against it because it keeps dropping. That one didn't go down well. There we go. Got it down. Here's a 6 all by itself out here in the lonesome. Now it's all filled in. Here's another one. You feel like you missed a night? I'm only doing it on stream, I promise. I was talking to Pondy So last night was last night. Yes, I was in one of his streams after I'd finished here, and he was asking me how it was going, and I told him I was working on the Wicked Queen. It's going pretty good. She's moving along pretty fast. I was already at least halfway done, and he was surprised to hear that it had gone so quick because I thought, okay, I've been working on it for 3 days, and that's pretty good for 3 days. And then I realized, no, yesterday was only the second day I worked on it. This is the third day I've worked on this, so it is going pretty fast. It's just smooth sailing here. I have a lot of undivided attention I can put onto it at this time of night. I know. It's amazing what you can do when you're feeling good. I've been amazing myself these last few weeks with how much better I feel. It's awesome. And I dropped that when I knew I was going to. It was barely hanging on by a thread. There it is. It's going where I was going to put it, which is there. Yeah, I used to, I could do, it would just take a few hours a night and I'd have one done. Oh, let's not go crooked. That just screws with the whole lines. But I'm loving it. I'm getting things accomplished during the day and I'm having fun with my streaming at night. And so I'm a happy camper right now. You need to get the light you have. It is a round light on a stand and it has a thing in the middle to hold your phone. That would be, oh, that would put a glare on. I wouldn't have to use the light though. Because a light from above tends to put a glare on the beads while I'm doing them. So I have to be careful with that because I have a magnifier with a light that I could clip on the edge of my table, but it didn't work as well as having a backlight under this for me. But for the phone, actually, what I want is to get a more rigid arm to attach it to because this is it's like a snake. It's you can it's a bendy thing. You can bend it all kinds of ways, so it doesn't have a whole lot of oomph for holding up my phone that apparently weighs more than I thought. So you can see it and not have to worry about it falling. Yeah, it's $10. Not bad. That's really good, actually. Um, Amazon? Do they have them in Amazon? I know what kind of lights you're talking about. I've seen them. A lot of beauticians use them to take pictures of the job they've done on their client for advertising. Look at this that I can do kind of stuff for Facebook pages and things like that. Got yours from Walmart? Oh, I haven't been inside a Walmart in months. You've been weighing yourself to check how much weight you've been losing and learned you need to put your phone down because it was on clearance online. Okay, I'll look into it because Walmart has good prices even if they're not on clearance. I won't wear my shoes to get on a scale, Some of the nurses kind of giggle at me over it, but my shoes weigh like 5 pounds. So I am not going to have my shoes on when I step on a scale to be weighed. No, thank you. Although recently I could have used the illusion of that extra weight. I've lost more weight than I thought. I'm in dangerous territory for weight. I need to get it back up a few pounds. So I'm working on that. I'm eating almost nonstop all day long. I'm putting stuff in my mouth. Doctor told me to start eating iron-rich foods, and so I started look them up. Miss Feisty, and nuts. There's nuts are iron-rich, so I've been eating nuts, a lot of nuts for snacks and stuff. You're trying to lose about another 30. When I moved here, I had like 20 pounds that I wanted to lose because I'd been putting on weight and I couldn't get it off, and it was hard on my hips and my back. And so during the move, I lost at least 15 of it. And and then I started to put some of it back on, and then I got sick, and it just like disappeared. It's like melted off. Because when I went last week to the doctor, I was 119 pounds. That's pretty skinny for my frame. It's hard to lose weight, but right now I'm having trouble gaining weight because I really thought I was had gained some when their scale said that. I just looked at their side. I like your scale. I haven't weighed that little since I was a teenager. Into the burning fire, down, 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 flames going higher, burn, 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 the ring of fire, ring of fire. Johnny Cash. Can you see what I'm working on? Okay, you can still see me over here. Good. I thought I had the camera set so you could see all areas that I was going to be in. But when it starts to drop, it starts to show less and less. So I have to keep an eye on that. Last night, every time I looked up, I was like out of camera shot with where I was working. It's like, okay, move the camera just a little. It's been easier being on the migraine meds, works as an appetite suppressant. Yeah, but that's not a pleasant way to lose weight. What I had always done before in my life, because my doctors warned me as a teenager because of the trouble with my hips that I've had, that I would need to be careful with my weight throughout my life. And so I've just always paid attention to how much I eat of what I eat. And if I start to put on pounds, then I just reduce the amount of food that I eat. I don't change anything that I eat. It's just the amount of it that I change. And that's most of the time worked for me. But when I first had to quit work and was home and not on my feet and moving all day every day, those pounds just went, "Hello, how are you?" And I'm like, "Wait, no, I can't afford this. That hurts." I started really watching what you eat because you don't want to accidentally lose too much. Yet that's another thing too, because being underweight is just as dangerous as being overweight. Hope that someone gets my message in the bottle. Okay, new color. I see five. Five is kind of a gray color. There's quite a bit of it around. There you go, B, back where you belong. I could do O, which is another purple color. And I have O's here, and I have O's here, and I have O's down here with glue where it doesn't belong. Get that off of there. There we go. That's where you've been working on, is managing portions and being a lot more aware of what you're choosing to eat. Yeah, I've had to do that just for health in general now. I'm reading ingredients. I'm not just reading the nutrition facts. I'm going down to where the ingredients are, because I have a whole list, whole page of names that they used in the ingredients to disguise phosphorus. And so, and that's one I have to be careful with. So this is what I got from it's information I got through the um, National Kidney Foundation. So I looked at foods rich in iron, and I wrote down all these foods that are rich in iron that I can choose from to buy, because I need more iron in my blood right now. And then, and here's more. So that's two, but down here, all of this, these are all the different words that can be used in the ingredients that is phosphorus added to food. And it's in almost every, some of those ingredients are in almost every can and box of processed food that you buy. It's, I mean, even some of it's even in like the nuts. But not these. You can't disguise sunflower seeds. You miss your discount pie sometimes. I miss my bowls of ice cream. I'm an ice cream fiend, and I can't, that's not one I should eat a lot of anymore. I think I'm going to do O. Another purple. The Police. Yeah, this was a pretty good group. I had a few hits. Prepared foods are so full of crap. You're right. The doctor specifically said, the kidney doctor, no canned foods. My cupboard is full of canned foods. And there are some foods that it's okay to eat, but you have to rinse them to get all of the potassium and phosphorus out off of them. Like rice. Rice is good, but it can be high in phosphorus and potassium, so you got to rinse it. And it rinses that out, so it's healthier to eat then, for me. Just in general for people, it's not an issue. Take me home, you send me, send me, oh, that sounded awful. Okay, just about straight. Oh, Miss Feisty, I found Harry Potter, 3 of Harry Potter movies on Peacock yesterday. I had it playing for the dogs all day. They were so quiet and so well behaved in the house. It was a nice day, all because of Harry Potter. I know, as I've started the prepared foods, as I've started reading what's in them, I've been appalled at what I've been putting in my body. Horrible stuff. I need to get my vegetable garden going so I can just make my own stuff. I want to get a KitchenAid mixer, stand mixer, so I can buy the spaghetti making attachment and make my own spaghetti noodles. In general, though, they tend to be high in salt. That's another one. High in fat, high in sugar. Yep. Pick your thing you're trying to avoid. Prepared foods probably have it, and they a lot of times have a lot of it. And those are sometimes the most the most the listed first in the ingredients, which means it has the most of it. The ingredient that there is the most of in a food is listed first, and then it goes down from there, the amounts. So yeah, sugar is not necessarily bad, but I need to be careful with it. There's a 6. Of course I missed a 6 next to a 0 because they look so similar to my eyes. Morning starshine. Hello. Come on, pick up the bead. Come on. Got one. Early morning, sing a song. Some of these songs I like just because of the words, like these here. Chatter, I think it's called. There's another name for it in music. Of course, I don't remember it. You have a family history of diabetes, which is what got you on the weight loss kick in the first place. Good idea. Your blood sugar was starting to run a little too consistently high. And yeah, you don't want to deal with diabetes. I understand that 100%. It's not, I'm lucky it does not run in my family, not in either side. So that's a plus for me, but I still have to be careful because of my bones. So, and I know sometimes I tend to get carried away with the things I like ice cream and cookies. And so it's like I told the doctor, if I crave it and it's a good food for me, I eat it. If I don't crave it, I don't worry about it. If I'm craving something like sugar, then that's just a sweet tooth, and I try not to always fulfill it because that's dangerous. But I miss my cookies and ice cream. It's okay now and then. Sing, 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 song, 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 sing, 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 song, song, sing, song. Hee hee, look at us go, look at us go. I'm getting so much done. I love this. Most recent check with your doctor was good. Awesome. So you think you're good to go? You'd still like to lose a few more pounds? Boy, do I understand that. Because when my weight goes up, it's hard to get it back off. Going by what weight you were when your knees felt the best. And that's another thing. You can, when you have artificial joints or have had surgery on your joints, you can feel the weight in your joints. I found, nope, that's not a C. That's an O that had a spot of glue on it. Oh, another good song. Got something to say. Hee hee. Your knees have been cranky lately. Aw. Especially with the weather changing. That's another thing you notice when you've had issues with your joints. You're right, all the stress you put them under this last year, all the digging and hauling of bushes and weeds and all that stuff, it's hard on your knees. It's hard on your joints. It's good exercise, but it's still hard on your joints. Just because it's good doesn't mean you don't have issues with it. I would have issues with it. I found another six. We're going to grab six and fill that one in too. Our weather changed like overnight during the day. One day it was like getting up to 80, the next day it was 50, and it hasn't been much warmer all week long. It was just this last couple of weeks. I always worry about colds when that happens. And I've already done seven, and I found another seven. They do so good at hiding in all these other colors until you get them filled in around it, and they go, oh, wait a minute. I already did that color. I really like the way his face is coming to life. The mirror. Get on back to school. Steal my daddy's cue and make a living. Play pool. Crawling up and down hills. Yeah, that doesn't help either. You've been careful and you've backed off when you felt like you were about to have an issue, which is why you haven't hurt yourself. Yes. But that's just because you've hurt yourself in the past enough to know what it feels like when you need to back off. Yeah. Yes, I understand that. I do the same thing. My kids yell at me all the time. In fact, when I got back home from the hospital about a week later, we were out in the yard with the dogs and I was pulling weeds. My son started pulling them with me, and we got quite a bit done. And he took one look at me and said, "You're done. Inside now." Excuse me? Well, let me just get no, you're done. Just like my daughter. You're done. Mom, leave it. So I did. But I did pull one more. Your husband does that. I appreciate the thought, but it can be so annoying. Darn it. I just have just this little bit more I want to get done. How many times do you have to scan a lotto ticket for them to realize it's not a winner? You just scanned it 5 times to show him it's not a winner. I I I mm, I wish I had an answer for that, Mountain Girl. I I worked in a cigarette store at one point in my life, and they sold lottery tickets, and I would go through the same thing sometimes with some of the customers. And I'd stand there and I would scan it right in front of them, and I'd show them the screen that they could see too. It's like it's not a winner. It can be frustrating. Are you sure it's not the computer malfunctioning? Oh my God. Yes, I'm sure. Not only that, you usually, at least at this place, it was the Lotto's machine. It wasn't the store owner's machine. It belonged to the lottery commission, so they're the ones that put them in. So those are the ones that say yes and no, and they're the authorities. So it's like, I can't change what it says. It's reading it's reading this, which is what you gave me. So I can't change that. There we go. That looks better. Have always liked Johnny Cash. And I'm finished with O. So now I'm going to fill in some of these grays. Let me, oh gosh, excuse me. Some people are stubborn. Some people just don't like to take no for an answer. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you, hon. If you weren't working in a public place, we could maybe say something different, but when you work with the public, you got to be careful. And I was doing 19, so this goes back in the 19 bin. There we go. I think I'm going to do 5 in just a minute. There's not much 5. Oh, popped one out into my pen holder. Go back in the tray where you belong. Stuck together. Unstick. Okay. You've learned to appreciate your husband speaking up because sometimes with some of the neurological stuff, you don't always realize when you're pushing yourself too much. I can understand that. And I do listen to my kids, but sometimes it's like, just give me 5 more minutes, okay? Let me do these 3 weeds right here. Or let me just dust this shelf or sweep this floor. Right now it's unpack this box, repack this other box, and get it out of here. Put it somewhere for storage for now. Since none of the closets are insulated in any way, shape, or form, we're putting all of our excess boxes in the closets because they're so small you can't hang your clothes in them. Yeah, but I've learned to listen because usually they're right and they can see me, I can't see me. So I feel what I'm doing, but I know what I haven't had all night that I need right now. A drink of water, and I think I'm going to take a short break and let the dogs out because they need to go potty one more time before I lock them up for the night. Which means, Miss Momo, I'm going to have to ask you to go to the hallway, please. I'm going to have to let the stinky dogs go outside. I know. You don't like the hallway. Not when you're in a mood to be downstairs. Okay, everybody. I'm going to take a short break, take care of my animals, probably use the facilities while I'm up and about. I know I saw my mouse a minute ago. Where did it go? There it is. Okay. So I will be right back, probably 15 minutes or so, because I have to coax the cat into the hallway, and then I have to get the dogs out and coax them back inside when all they want to do is run around and sniff all the wildlife that's out there. So I will be back. Go take a break, get a drink, use your facilities, get a snack, stretch. I'm going to stretch while I'm gone. Stretch, it's important. And I'll see you all shortly. All right. Okay, let's go to the hallway. Let's go. I'm sorry. I'm not used to coaxing. Come on, come on. Use the hallway to my break. All right. Come on, come on. I'm gonna let the stink dog out. You don't like being out with the stink dog. There's a good girl. Get over here. That's Tank. Hi. Right there. Tank, play. Tank, play. Sit. All right, Mama. And I'm back. Let me get the camera back going. Okay. Yes. There's the mouse. Move it over. There it is. Hello. There we go. I managed to turn my thumbnail backwards all the way past the quick. That hurt. I'm always managing to do something silly like that to my fingers, my fingernails. That's why they break off all the time. Yeah, that's what I said. Actually, I think I said something different, but we'll just leave it at youch. Youch works. This fingernail was long enough. I knew I was going to be doing something sooner or later that was going to make it have to be cut off or break off or something. Because that's about as long as my nails get, and then they say goodbye, and then I have to grow them back out again. But that's okay. I was closing the zipper on one of the dog's crates. I have covers over their crates. I was very proud of my Miss Feisty, and I'm sorry, my Miss Katai. I'm always proud of my Miss Feisty. She's a good kid. Um, Usually I get her outside, and she's the one that gives me a hard time and doesn't want to come back in. Tonight it was her brother. She came right in, sat on their spot, and waited for me to tell her what to do next. I think she's tired. You would have had some adult language unsuitable for streaming. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, but Katai was very well behaved. She came right in and went right to her room. And her brother, I tried to get him in the house, and he looked at me and he took off running. It's a game he likes to play with me, and we have not played it in a long time. And I just looked at him and I said, "We're not playing that game right now." And I turned around, I came in, and I put his sister away. When I went back to the door, he was waiting at the door for me. Like, okay, that's my good boy. You come inside now. He's like, "Mom, I wanted to play." No, not tonight, my dear. We can play another time. Tears for Fears. They were a pretty good group. They didn't last a whole long time, I don't think, but they were a pretty good group. The stinking nail still stings. I think Momo's irritated that I've made her go to the hallway twice now. She's not coming back out this time. She might have gone upstairs. And she'll do that. But she'll be back at midnight telling me it's time to feed her. Trimmed all yours yesterday. See, I'm not typing. Well, I am in chat, but it's not like I'm typing for a living. And I'm not playing a piano right now, so I've been letting them grow. I usually wear gloves when I'm in the yard, so I don't usually have trouble with them outside. They don't usually get in my way. I mean, I've had long nails on and off throughout my life. When I play the piano, though, I keep them shorter because they click on the keys, and that's not good. That's not the sound I'm going for. Those are too low. I will get them when we flip. Oh, my goodness sakes, we're getting close to that point. That's what happens when you don't watch. It stays in the tray and not on the pen. It was time. Yours were getting long. Mine can grow pretty fast. I think it's because I've had so much calcium in my body. I wonder what's going to happen now that we're flushing it out and I'm back down to more normal levels. N is 18, and I just found an N that I missed. Gotcha. Yeah, I tell you something. I think you'll understand. An O. Two O's that I missed. Goodness sakes. Hold your hand. There it is. I haven't heard back from Maverick. I wonder what's going on. Feel happy inside. It's just a feeling that my love. I can't hide. I can't hide. I can't hide. I'm hoping the same thing, Ken Maru, that he's getting some answers. That's why I haven't worried about him too much. But I mean, that's serious stuff. And you don't just blow it off and say, "Oh, well, your blood tests don't show the problem, so we're sending you home." No, Sorry, other important tests are showing that I'm having a problem. So it needs to be looked into. But I found I over the years as I've slowly learned to take my medical care into my own hands and be more proactive with it, which I wasn't with this current PCP, and it's another lesson that I've just learned. Um, it can kind of throw them off for a minute when you stand up and say, I'm not accepting that. But then they're usually pretty good, at least in my experience, to come back and tell you what you need to know, what you're asking about. So fine. Beach Boys. Lord. Pretty soon, all I'm going to have left is the background up here. Woohoo! Oh, come on. There we go. An L that I missed, of course. It's going so fast. I mean, it's just they're going down so easy. Run to help me get it out of my heart. Ah, I stuck to the. I stuck to it, and I did F's last night, and I just found a whole bunch of F's. There's one, and here's a bunch here. Well, I'll catch those in a minute. Let me see if I can get most of my fives covered before I move on. Because I keep looking where I think I've put them all, and I find another one. I always like Beach Boys music. One more five, and I think that's got the fives. So we're moving on. I'm going to fill in these F's that I found because that's another one I did last night. And then I think I'm going to do 8. Oh, Kenny G and his sax. Yesterday, even. Beautiful song. 12. There it is. Oh, yeah, this is the one I first started putting down. It's such a dark purple, it still looks black. There we go. Sorry. Down here. There you go. Bedtime for you? Well, thank you for being here this evening, Maru. I have enjoyed your company, as always. I appreciate you. You're awesome. And I am glad you are starting to feel better too. So we'll just tuck you right on into bed. Well, I don't know where I was just typing, but it wasn't in my chat where I wanted it to go. There we go. I'll give you a good night hug. Have a good night. Get some rest. You take care of them turkeys. More Johnny Cash. Okay. 8. We'll go with 8. Another gray. This one darker. There we go. I had 2 that were stuck together on the bottoms. So they were just rolling around like little marbles in here. I hope everyone else is still doing okay out there. I'm having a good night and having lots of fun. And my chatters are part of why I have fun. And my lurkers. Lurkers are important. Putting my beads into their nice, neat little piles, lines. Come on. Stop playing with it and it might stay where you want it to stay. All right, 8, here we come. Oh my. Oh, Maddie, thank you for the shout out. Oh yes, I was in her stream earlier. I remember that shout out. That was very nice of her. Are you still out there, Ghost? Are you playing your game? There it is. Okay, put that down and pick that up. Ha, got it. There we go. Come on now, pick it up. There we go. Put it down. Fill them in. Hey, Mountain Girl, you're okay. Have you been busy? I know this is a busy time for you because you're getting the store ready for tomorrow, but customers, did you finally convince him that the machine was reading the ticket and you couldn't do anything about it? You've been on the phone? Well, at least you're staying entertained. I hope it's an entertained thing and not something different. Another F I just found. Ah, my goodness. There it is. There. Oh, that can get sticky. Yeah. And you're the kind to try and let them down gently. Yeah, after Miss Feisty's dad passed away, I had two relationships and I just couldn't make them work. I just didn't have what it took for the relationships. And so I've just stayed out of that game ever since. Just raised my kids, my daughter. Come on. There you go. Fit in there. He's been trying for years. You'd think he'd finally get the picture, man. Some people don't ever give up. They're from the school of don't know what no means. But that's okay. I'm just moving along here, putting the Wicked Queen together with her mirror, and it's just rolling right along. Guns N' Roses. That's okay. They were right on that cusp of heavy metal. And another L that I missed. Okay. Elvis Presley again. Well, we're getting almost finished with the eights. I'm going to do A next because it's all around the eights that I've been doing. Oh, there's a 5 I missed. Blue Oyster Cult, another good band from the 70s. Oh, another 5. 2 more 5s. Well, shame on me. Get them now. Alrighty then. I do believe I've got them. We'll go on to the next one. Together, eternity. I am so glad this is coming together so quickly. I'm having so much fun with this. I see one more letter. Then I'm going to fill in these letters down here. There's a J and a D and a 2 and an H that aren't in the, oh, nope, here's G's and J's and K's up here. So as I fill in up here, this is going to get filled in too. Ha ha ha. It's going very, very smoothly. So if you're there, Mountain Girl, he's been trying for years. You got to give him points for trying and hanging in there, man. If nothing else. I'm kind of excited to get these filled in and then turn the backlight off and see what it's looking like. Because it always looks so nice with the backlight off. You can actually see the colors that have gone down and the way they play against each other. Hee hee. It's just rolling along. An 8 that I missed. Well, of course there's an 8 that I missed. I'm always missing colors until I fill in around him and it's like, oh, there you are. Hello. There you go. Another 8. Almost finished with A. I have only 3 or 4 more colors, and then I'll finish the background up here, and I'll be flipping this puppy, starting on the bottom third of this picture. This has gone so fast. This is awesome. And another 8. Okay. I am done with A for now. I need to shift. Ah, there we go. Better. Foghat, Slow Ride. Good song. G. 13. Miss Feisty's favorite number. Of course I drop it. And that's not even the color I'm doing. There it is. G, 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 G. Guns N' Roses again. Paradise City. Thought I recognized the sound of the music. Flip over. There you go. Oh, an A. Oh, let me do the G first. And there's another G first. Two A's. One there. And one there. Okay. And I do believe that's the end of the G. So put these back in. Pouring them back in. Only a few. Oh, and I missed a G. Of course I missed a G. I just put them away. I see two of them now. That's good. I just put them away. And there are not many H's, and it's 14. I think I'm just going to pull them out of the bin. Well, if I get a hold of them. There you go. It's a kind of a dark brown. Well, not really a dark brown, a medium brown. It's not light, it's not dark, but it's brown. I keep seeing these fours and thinking, I missed them. No, I'm not done with four because four is the background color that is left out here. I got far enough with it. I was wanting to start on the colors. And it's going well. I think that's it for H. Take my extra sleeves off. Actually, I'm going to leave this one on because this elbow gets cold. But this arm is warm. D, there's two D's. Number 11. Okay. J is 15. And K is right next to it, 16. And there's few enough of these that I think I'm just going to pull them out of the bin. And this one is not the right color. And it's got string all over it. No more. There's 3 of them. I knew there was more. Hey, Pippi Long dropping. Well, thank you. It's moving along smoothly. I am pleased with my progress. I think I'm going to finish this portion up here. It's 2/3 of it that's showing tonight. And then I'll start on the bottom third that's wrapped under the light board right now tomorrow night. Because it's just like a hot knife through butter. Nice and smooth. K is next, and I have that in my hand. And since there's so few of them, I'm just going to pull them out of the bin to put them on. I think after I put these on, I'm going to turn the backlight off for a minute and look at it. I have number 2 left over here, but that's okay. I like to see the progress without the backlight because that's when the colors show up. The backlight kind of changes the way they look. You can't really see the colors with the backlight on, but I can't see to put the beads on without the backlight on. So, but it's a blast. I'm having a wonderful time. Had all kinds of fun people in here having conversations and being silly. It's been a wonderful night. Two G's that I missed. That's okay. It's the row of beads that I have in my hand still. 4 more beads go on, and I'm going to turn that backlight off and take a look at what I've done. Pick it up. There you go. Awesome. The only thing left now are the black background, the 4s. And those won't take me long. There you go. Look at that. Wow, his face really did come to life. Smoke it if you got it. Thank you. That's why I do this, because it's such a transformation from this to this. I think it's beautiful. And then we got all this back here to do. More purples. But yes, I'll bet that's the huntsman down there. Thank you. I'm I'm liking it too. I'm liking the colors. I love how they're playing off of each other in here. It's pretty cool. The one I finished recently, the Queen of Hearts, those are my favorite colors, reds and oranges and things like that, but pinks. This one's really nice. I'm really liking this one. I'll put the rest of these on here. Why not? There's a lot to do. It does. And it's the difference. That's the difference with the backlight. You can see that it's filled in. You know that you can see what I've done, but when you turn that light off behind it, it's just like, oh, there it is. Wow. Look at that color. I like it. I like this. His little crown up there. Yeah. It just is looking nice. So I'll finish with the 4s tonight, and then tomorrow night when I get on, I'll flip it over and start on the bottom half, bottom third. It's only about a third of it left when I get the top portion done. What takes the longest really is my little OCD nerve and needing to get everything flipped over in a neat little rows for me. Putting them down, it doesn't take much time at all. Da, da, da. There you go. Stay flat, my friend. Hey, hey, hey. Stevie Wonder. Thank you. I'm happy you came in to see it too. I appreciate that. You have a good night. Thank you for stopping in. There you go. Tucking you into bed. Let's give you a good night hug. Good night, Pippi. Thanks for coming in and letting me show off what I'm doing. I appreciate you. Jimmy Buffett. Turn over. Thank you. I thank you. I try to make it a nice, cozy place for people to come hang out. I have fun. It's not like the shoot 'em up games and stuff like that, but it's fun, cozy. I enjoy doing this and being here. Yes, Ms. Mountain Girl did a smoke with the chat. I need to smoke a hit. It's been a while. It sounds good. Come on, Bede. I win. Ha! Okay. Well, Bedes, shame on you. Don't fight me. Come on. Not that hard to do. There you go. Don't lay on top of each other because then you don't pick up right. One more. Oh, nope. It's already turned over. Yay! All right. That one is malformed. I don't want it. I don't want it. Goodbye. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Malformed bead. Well, it hasn't done that all night. My my screen going black. It did it to me 4 or 5 times last night. It just goes black and then turns back on. I don't get it. I don't understand. Okay, grab the pin, take a hit, at shift position, and then start. I just saw an A I missed. More things got a big Snoop Daddy. Can't get that low. I tried, but I can't. Okay. That one gave me 5. An extra one tagging onto the bottom there. All right. Fix the boot in the pin. And then start it over again. So that I'm not picking up side beads. Stay up there where I put you. Thank you. No, that's not what I want you to do. Why are you doing that? going to eat some ice cream before moving on with your next task. Good for you. Have a bowl for me, man. I don't get to eat ice cream as much as I like to anymore. Number one, it makes me puts too much weight on me as I'm getting older. And number two, all that sugar and fat is not good for the kidney. So it's one that I don't splurge on very often. I used to always have ice cream in the house, always, and cookies. Cake is good too, but I love ice cream and cookies. Okay. Did you just turn? No. Okay. My favorite ice cream is chocolate chip or vanilla, even just plain vanilla, because then I can add chocolate chips and nuts and other stuff to it myself. I can eat sherbet. I can't eat as much ice cream as I like. And sherbet's it's good. I like sherbet. It's not the same. Ah, ah, ah. Running into the camera again. Let's not be doing that now. My little runaway. Run away. There we go. In this misery, I wonder why she ran away, and I wonder where she will stay. My little runaway, run, 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 run away. Getting a little crooked there. Let's get it straightened back out. There we go. Positioned better now. You like cookies and cream? That's I can eat cookies and cream, but it's a little more sweet than I like. I don't know what makes it sweeter than other kinds, but that one is it does tend to be a little sweet for me. A little rich. Maybe sweet isn't the word. A little rich. Sorry, didn't mean to send you bouncing, but I did have to shift. Okay, better for a minute until it's not. I have to shift again. My son likes cookies and cream. That's one of his favorites. My daughter likes mint chocolate chip. I just can't do the mint. Just don't like mint. Don't want you on there, thank you. Trying to hitch a ride. No, I don't pick up hitchhikers. Three. Oh. Function number 49. Yeah, I didn't think so. That's the one we just listened to. That's what's in her hand. Looks like a goblet. How interesting. I just picked that out. I picked it out by looking at it on the screen. Still trying to hitch a ride. But it's not facing the right direction yet. Oh no. Of course it is. Ah, celebrate. I just wanna celebrate. Do, 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 do. Okay, that's not glue, that's just. I want to leave that one there. I think it'll be okay. Go. Hey, Ghost. How you doing, bud? Look at how much I have done. I'm going to get this top 2/3 finished tonight. Tomorrow night I'll start on the bottom. It's going so smooth. Thank you. Wait till you see it with the light off. It's quite the picture. Do you want to see it with the light off? I can turn the light off quick. Watch this. It's gorgeous. Sha la 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 da. Sha la 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 da. La da. Sparkly. That's part of why I like this stuff. It's sparkly. Makes it pretty. Turn yourself over. There you go. So you've been playing your. I found more F's that I've missed. You've been playing your. I had the name earlier. Now I can't think of it. Playing game? It's like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. You've got quite a setup started there. Oh, excuse me. Almost finished. There we go. Strange magic. Oh, I love strange magic. Strange. Been on a different game, but you will be going back to that one. Yeah, it's nice to change it up sometimes. Ah, it went crooked, but then they straightened themselves out. Gives you time to miss a game. Yeah, I'm thinking to change things up here now and then. I might play my house flipper game on stream. I want to make redeems before I do that one though, because that one is where I buy these places that are all trashed out and need work. So I go in and I fix them up. Sometimes I tear out walls, sometimes I build walls, and I furnish it, I put plants in it, and then I sell it. And it's been a fun one for me to play. So I want to make redeems though, for when I'm playing that game that you guys can use to like choose the color of paint or the type of tile or the kind of lighting that I put in or furniture that I put down or uh, what kind of kitchen I set up and stuff like that. What I do in the bathroom, what kind of bedrooms I put together. If I tear out walls or if I build more walls. I mean, there's all kinds of redeems that would go with that game. So when Miss Feisty gets here and settled in a little bit, I'm going to ask her to help me with some of this stuff. And she's my expert. Okay, got an extra one trying to hang on to that too. I know I anymore. If love baby, I must cry out loud. I am lonely. For what you are. Oh, Oh, something else I can start doing. I can start giving people VIP status. I'm sure that's something I can figure out on my own because I just unlocked it. It's one of those accomplishments that I wasn't realizing was an accomplishment until I unlocked it. It's like, oh, and there my screen went black and then came back. That's twice tonight. Bye bye. You are what you are. Make it hard. I think it's cool how it goes from almost gray looking to black when I put the beads on. Got that hair. Man, got that hair too. Here we are. Last two beads I'm putting on tonight. Oh my goodness. That went fast. That just went really fast. I love it when it goes that fast. So that people can see it before I flip it. I won't flip it tonight. I've been debating on that one and I've decided I'm not going to flip it tonight. I'm going to leave it where it's at so that when I get on tomorrow night, I can show Ken Maru and anyone else who pops in on me right at the beginning. And then I can turn it over and start on the other third of it. Ha 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 ha. Awesome. Emptied one extra bag. I have another one quite full, ready to go. Nice and full to start tomorrow night. Oh boy. I love it when it goes smooth like this. It's only going to take a couple nights to finish what's left. So that's the rest of her arm and the color around it. I bet that's the huntsman. Maybe it's one of the dwarves. I can't imagine they'd have just one of them on here though. Oh no, I know that. That's the little old lady who brings the apples to Snow White that put her to sleep, waiting for her prince to come find her and wake her up with love's first kiss. Alrighty then. Done good. I am going to find somebody to raid out to. Thank you everyone for being in here tonight. I really appreciate everybody coming and hanging out for a little while, having some fun, watching some art. Oh, come on. There we go. Put my pen and my tweezers away right away, because otherwise I lose one or the other and spend forever looking for them. Isn't that awesome? So pretty. I love pretty. All righty then. We're going to find someone to raid out to. Give me a minute here. Yeah, Momo. I know. It's your time. I'm getting things done here. Give me a minute, kiddo. Oh my goodness sakes, this isn't what I wanted to do. Okay. Stop it. Thank you. Let me go here. Okay, I'm going to do it this way tonight. See if this works. And if it doesn't, then I'll go back the other way. Bye, Mountain Girl. Have a good night. Thank you for being here. Be safe. Go home and get some rest when you're done. And that's not wanting to do what I want it to. Try it again. Nope. Okay, so let me do this different. Let's come over here. Ozzy Osbourne, I believe. Well, I'll go here instead.